Mamedyarov is just drawn with Topalov in the Fide contest 2014. They played an unusual Granfield. The game started d4, d5, c4, but it ended up in a Slav. But if the move order is more like a Slav Granfield, unusual lines, c4, c6, knight f3, knight f6, knight b d2 by Mamedyarov. Topalov played g6, e3, bishop g7, bishop d3. Topalov plays c5 in this position. Four moves have been played here before. One of the moves is castling by black. This was a game Odrich Liedmann in 2001. Play continued b3 by white. Black can play here c5 or bishop a5. In the game I'm following, this was Kalantar versus Petrosian, Leningrad 1946. These games are in the description. You can follow these games. In this game, Petrosian won in 31 moves. That was in 1946. But in our game, Topalov played c5, taking advantage of that the knight is not on c3, so which means the d5 is got enough. It's not a weakness. If the knight was on c3, they need to be weak. Mamedyarov took the pawn on c5, and Topalov played knight a6, knight b3. They go for queen exchanges. Queen takes, king takes. White loses the right to castle, and I think black has equalized easily. Knight e4 threatening to gain the pawn on c5, and as well attack on f2. Knight e4, king e2, knight a takes c5, knight swap. Bishop b5, check. Bishop d7, swap. Rook d1 check, king e8, rook b1, so that you can free the bishop on c1, rook c8, bishop d2, knight e4, bishop b4, f5, knight e1. Black plays a5. Another alternative would have been b5, f3, knight g5, rook b to c1, swap with a slight advantage to white, but you played a5, bishop takes, rook a8, rook d5, b6, bishop b4, rook a2, knight d3. Topalov played f7, rook c1. Black can take the pawn because of rook c1 pinning them. So that's a line starter. So he played rook h8. Now he threatens to take the pawn on c2, rook c2, knight f6, threatening the rook. Mamedyarov played knight e5, king e8, rook b5, threatening to take the pawn on b6. Topalov played rook h c2, if rook takes b6, or black can play knight d5, and I would lose for white, because either the rook or the knight on e5 will be at a sword. He played safer with that. Instead of taking the pawn, he played bishop a3, and the game continued. Rook a5, rook c7, Topalov took, Mamedyarov took with a check, king d8, knight c5 check, king c8, knight d6, king d8, rook takes g7, rook d5, knight b6, and there was a two-fold repetition. This one ended in a draw. There's not much difficult, not so much play for both sides anyway, so ended in a draw.